strategic autonomy. You said very clearly you think you know what it is. I'd like to hear from each of you. Please disagree if you want to. But what is your view, having been a minister up until last year, a defense minister?
Autonomy, where there are critical things you need, like parts of weapons, or weapon systems, capabilities, we have to be able to provide that ourselves. Let me give you one example. So we in the Netherlands, we fly the F-35. We're very happy with it. It's probably the best, most capable fighter jet in the world. But we also know that if we don't get the software updates from the United States, we're nowhere. We cannot fly it anymore. And these are the issues that have to be solved.
Can I just ask you, given you've put it on the agenda, does the American defense industry have a kill button for the F-35? Can they demobilize what you've spent a large amount of cash on?
Well, you know, they can, perhaps not by a kill switch. I don't know if they have a kill switch. But what they do have is the software update.
But you as defense minister didn't know whether they had a kill switch or not.
What I did know and still know is that we depend completely on the US and the US industry for the software updates, and it's a flying computer. So without the software updates, it's useless.
Volker, I'm going to come to you next. What is your reflection, particularly with the key position now being taken by Germany as a coalition is being formed, about where the definition will be of strategic autonomy led by Germany?
Look, I mean, we have former European commissioners here and ministers. Europe, to its critics, is always too slow.
Yes.
And there is something in it, but also, yesterday we had a session here about deliberative democracy. We don't decide as quickly as a dictator does, because we have 27 autonomous states, independent, sovereign states. So it takes some time to get to decisions. But when we come to the decisions, we also implement them. So yes, it takes longer than it should. So the speed is not our main quality in Europe. I think the depth of decision is more the quality.
But can it improve?
It can improve, and it has improved. I mean, look at Jean Monnet, and he is a quintessential European. He said that Europe is built through crisis, and I think he is still right. And in crisis, we act. We performed better than critics, including people at my own institute, thought after COVID, and we performed better after Ukraine than critics were thinking. There's still a lot of space to sky.
All right.
Well,
let me put that to the others in a moment. Progress through crisis. What's the Greek view here?
Well, I'll tell you about the Greek view, but let me answer also the initial question about the strategic autonomy. Because you said against who? It's not, we still collaborate. We still work together with partners and allies, hopefully also with other countries, even though we are not anymore in this heyday of globalization, so we need to take that into account. Deglobalization or slowbalization, etc. But the problem is that when a crisis comes, we need to be ready also to be on our own, to be resilient, to respond to the challenges. We cannot rely, a pandemic comes, we cannot rely on China for masks or on Americans for medicine. So we need to be ready. We will collaborate, we work together, we build the value chains together with partners and allies, but at the same time, we need to use the full potential of Europe when the crisis comes, when the problem is there, to be ready to work on our own and defend our societies and be resilient.
And how far has it moved, in your view?
It's moving slowly. I mean, you have people who have been in decision-making tables, and they know it's not easy in the EU. It's moving slowly, but I think, and I would start from even the economic crisis more than 10 years ago, every crisis we are becoming faster in responding and building the institutions that are necessary. And I think it's a realization process for Europe. It's a realization process that, well, at the end of the day, we may be alone, so we have to be ready for that. We are not seeking to be alone, if that was your initial question. We don't want to be separate from the US, but we will be ready to be separate in case of need and if there is a crisis.